the breathing in, the breathing out, the inspiration, the expiration. That sounds funny.
So you mentioned about the importance of the EFL teachers having a spiritual practice. How important do you feel like that is to bring that into your classroom, or is it just something that you innately just have within yourself and it just sort of radiates out?
Well, I think both. I
Yeah.
think for me at least, and I can really only speak on that area from my own experience, but having that inner experience myself allowed me to help kids more when we'd run up against things like, I know that, Nitai and Irene created, and maybe other people too, I'm sure, created those beautiful cards that deal with the different qualities and so forth. And of course, a lot of my teaching was before that ever was produced, but still the ideas were out there. But it seemed like day-to-day life in the classroom brings up opportunities to deal with all those things. You can teach cooperation just by being there and learning to work together. You don't have to have special kind of prepared lesson on cooperation. Today we're going to learn about being kind to each other. It's just, it comes up all the time because somebody isn't, or maybe they are, and you can just mention it in passing, oh, look, or, I noticed that you guys were working together on this and seemed to go really well. How did it feel to you? That sort of thing. So actually, I've forgotten what the question was. Oh, I know. So for me, it was really both, but it was taking the things that I knew about and sharing that with the students. So for instance, in the early years, especially, we did a lot of chanting in the class. I had an auto harp, which is an instrument that, anybody can play. You just hold the bar and strum. So I would learn a few chants that I could play on the auto harp, and we just sometimes, especially if we'd had been outside and tempers were running hot, something had happened, we'd come inside, everybody drink water, we dim the lights, and they had to lay so they couldn't touch anybody else, and they wanted to, but any case, they did, and I would just play chords on my auto harp, and we'd all kind of cool off. And then if anybody still needed to process what happened, we could, but usually, often, nobody cared by that time. They were able to just let it go from their system. And we'd have in our class, what we called the calming corner. And you could choose to go there, or you could be encouraged by your teacher to go over there. And we had just different things, some pillows and so forth, nice pictures on the wall, some landscapes that were beautiful, but also baby animals. That was always a big hit with the kids in the feeling years and stuff. And just some different things, some little posters to remind them of some things they could do to calm themselves down. Like just breathing or doing child's pose, or, different things that might work for them. And again, it varied. Tonia's brother, Luca, he was in my class in his younger years, and he was a live wire. He's grown up to be a very mellow person, but back in those days, whoosh. But he, or maybe that was Aiden Rose's son, I can't remember. Anyway, we would have them do the letter S, just write it in their palm. And I was teaching them the Vimla alphabet and so forth, and just doing that because it's a letter that inspires calmness. So just the combination of focus and making that movement and being by themselves and out of the fray or whatever, would often help. So there were, or there would be things like maybe silly putty sort of thing that you could squeeze and, you know, let go of some of the tension. And then whenever they were ready, they just come back and join the group.
Yeah, I'm just doing that right now. It does feel very, very soothing.
Yeah.
Very calming.
Like, oh, okay.